As you all can see in the chat box, I've pasted few links. There is a syllabus link. You can just click on your particular grade to just check your syllabus. You can make payment by clicking on this particular link. If you want to give us feedback, you can just fill this form and we'll get your feedback. If you want course details, you can just click on this particular link to just get to know about your batch and your course. In case you have any query, you can just always drop us an email at support@olympiadsays.com, or you can drop us a WhatsApp message on these particular numbers. So if you want to watch demo live, we are live on Facebook, because in case you find an internet glitch, you will not be able to join us via Zoom. So you can just watch us live on Facebook also. Okay. So as I'll not speak much about your mentor, he's already here. So Prabhayan sir is your mentor. He'll be going to give a brief introduction about himself and about which subject he'll be going to teach you. Okay, before that, I want to know, mention your grade in the chat box from which all grades you all are joining in, because as this demo is for grade 6 to 10, just mention your grade. I want to know your grade beforehand. Okay, class 9, 7, 6. Okay, great. Nice. All right, grade 8, Pragnay. Okay, very nice. So we have all grades over here, right? Nice. So I think we are good to go. All over to you, Prabhayan sir.
Sure. Hi, everyone. Hello. You
Just
can
a
all
moment,
wave to
Prabhayan
me.
sir.
I know we cannot speak today, but then we can just have a
Yes.
wave and then talk via chat.
For that,
Because
you all need to keep your cameras on, because
yes,
otherwise Prabhayan sir will not be able to see you and how he'll interact with you. And that's a basic rule of our classes, that we don't allow our students to keep their cameras off in their classes. So turn on your cameras, Alina, Tanmay, Aisha, Prabhayan, Sashay.
I'm still waiting for Tanmay and
Yeah.
Alcina.
Yeah.
All right. Turn your camera as and when you can. So yeah. Hi, everyone. All right. So I hope you know that we are here to learn Python, right? So what you can comment on the chat, whatever you like. And from the next class, from the class when the class commences, we will all be having a chat via, you will all be unmuted. So that's nothing to worry about. Anyhow, so tell me about your experiences in Python, or let's say coding as a general. What do you know about coding? What is coding to you? You can just type, guys, just type on the chat. Hobby, okay. What else? Pragnay says coding is a hobby. What about others? Okay, I'm still waiting for 2, 3 chats. Coding in small lines typically refers to writing concise and efficient code. Okay, okay. But my question, guys, is what is coding? What is coding as a general? I mean, how do you define coding to someone who does not really know what coding is? So is it drawing something on the paper? Or let's say telling a computer exactly. So Pragnay says telling a computer what to do is basically coding. Coding can help you command various apps and different technologies. Correct, Tanmay. So Tanmay, I cannot see you now. Why did you why did you stop sharing your video? Code is making a machine perform certain processes. Okay, low network. Okay, no problem. Meanwhile, others, just turn on your cameras, guys, so that we have a really live interaction. Yeah. What about Isha and Ayman? Okay, and Ayman? Coding, also known as programming, is the process of creating instructions that a computer can understand and execute. Okay, all right. So Isha says that programming and coding is the same thing. Is it so, Isha? Are they two the exactly same thing? They are kind of, but exactly We'll learn all about that. No, Pragnay says no. So Pragnay, would you want to tell me what is the basic difference between coding and programming? I cannot see Pragnay. Where is Pragnay? But Pragnay, your camera is not visible. I mean, I think you have unmuted yourself. I mean, okay. Coding is typed on an IDE. Then what is programming? Guys, I need everyone's input. Whatever you know, it's okay if you're right, if you're wrong. I just want us to be, connected via the chat. Coding refers to the process of writing lines of code using a programming language to create a software application, website, or any other digital content. So, Isha, what you are saying is everything that programming entails. Coding is same. However, coding only involves the lines of code that we write. Let's say we take any language, for example, Java, Python, C, C++, whatever, but not basic font. No, no, no. 10 is Boolean. That's different. That's different, Pragnay. Uh, so I hope you understand. Programming is the basic entity wherein a superset, and coding is just a subclass of programming. All right. What you're trying to say, the binary form, is basically when we write any code. So how many of you are familiar with, just raise your hand. How many of you are familiar with any language in coding? Isha raises her hand. What? Who else? Who else knows what or have any experience? So Muhammad Afan, right? All right. Who else knows coding? Okay, so Isha and Muhammad, also Pragnay. Can you just type what kind of languages have you used or coded before? Even if you know nothing about coding, that's okay. Our course actually starts from the very basics. So you'll get a test of what coding is from the very basics. Right now, I just want all of you who has any idea about coding or any language to type the language they are acquainted with. HTML, JS, PHP, Python, CSS. Okay, Python, Java, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Python, HTML, CSS. All right, all right, all right. So you must be knowing you have to write some sort of lines, right? Acha, before that, before going further, sir, I have used Python to make small text-based games, okay, but not that much experience. All right, very good. Now I need the others who have no experience in coding just to type that. Let's say you type no experience in coding so that I understand that you guys do not have any experience as such. Feel free to write it. It's totally okay. We do not expect you guys to have any. I'll do that. I'll do that. Okay. Uh, okay. Before proceeding with the this particular demo session, I think Pooja ma'am has something to say. So I'll just give a very brief introduction of myself, and then after Pooja ma'am takes her part, I'll be continuing with all this particular demo. So basically, I am Purbayan, and I have some amount of experience in the real world coding, and I will be teaching you guys the basics, from the very basics to an intermediate level, how to create pie games, how to create attractive charts, how to write code, how to create games, how to the basic crux and everything of what coding is. And that will be only based on Python. So we'll continue with what else we have to teach, what is the curriculum and everything. Maybe Pooja ma'am will be sharing the curriculum as well. So I'll continue the demo after some time. So let's allow her to just complete her part. Yeah,
Thank you
over
so
to
much,
you.
Ryan. Yeah, thank you so much, sir. So hope you all are excited for this detail which sir has given, that what is coding actually, right? So let me share my PPT with you all, wherein you'll get to know about the course, and then quickly I'll hand over to Prabhayan sir for your demo. Okay, I'll not take much time, as I can see excitement regarding coding on your faces. Hope my screen is visible to everybody. As you know, Olympiad Access is India's largest online platform for Olympiad examination for 8 courses School Plus program, which includes mathematics, English, science, logical reasoning, communication, spoken and written, Vedic maths, and coding. So it includes online CBSE, ICSE, IGCSE, and IB classes for grades 2 to 12. One preparation classes for International Mathematics Olympiad, SESMO, SEMO, HKIMO, TIMO, Math Counts, US Common Core, Math Competition, Math Kangaroo, and PRM. So you can meet our rank holders on the screen in year 21, 22. They are all kids like you only. So soon your picture will also come. So you need to work hard and score well. So these are the days of course. So our group session includes for 20 students delivered through Zoom platform by our seasoned tutors. So session includes for 2 days a week. Days are Saturdays. Timing will be for Saturdays 10 a.m. till 11:15 p.m. Sunday timings will be 8 p.m. till 9:15 p.m. Class will be with 5 minutes of break. Session will be of 75 minutes together. The session include a mix of theory, practice questions, doubt sessions, and discussions on previous year papers. Students will get reading material and practice questions, which will be available on the dashboard of Olympiad Says. Soon I'll be going to give you a dashboard tour for the same. Students will get a free access to Olympiad Says platform to practice topic-wise mock test for both maths and reasoning too, as logical reasoning constitutes 10 to 15% of the questions. The objective of these sessions is to provide introduction to the entire curriculum and give sufficient headway to the student compared to their peers. So these all are the relevant links which will be going to help you out. No need to worry, I have already pasted all these links in the chat box. Soon I'll be going to paste it again. So these all are the syllabus links. So this is the fees link. You can just click on this for the fees course. You can just pay it by clicking on this link. The fees for this course is 10,406 rupees. 40 sessions will be there for this particular course. Fees includes online classes, daily reading material, notes, and exercises, practice for previous year papers, access to Olympiad Says platform for mathematics plus logical reasoning. What all you need is a laptop or desktop with good internet speed, with good camera clarity, plus headphones for better audio clarity. As you know that Olympiad examinations are a little tougher, so you just need to spare 2 hours every day extra from your regular examination. So these classes are going to start from 13th of April. That will be next Saturday. So now I'll give you the tour of dashboard where you'll get to know that how you can access your reading material and everything. So the moment you'll enroll with us, you'll get a user details wherein you just need to enter your user details over here. You have to just enter this web URL olympiadsuccess.com. Then you'll get this page on your screen. Over here, you have to just enter your user details wherein you can access your material easily. So after logging in, you'll get this profile details on your screen. You have to just check these details, whether these are correct. In case you find any error, you just need to rectify it over here and you can just click on this update button over here for your updation. After this, you have to just click on this live classes, which is right after this my referral icon. Clicking on live classes, again, you have to select your subject for which specific subject you want to see your material and topic. And then we are good to go. So you can see schedule over here. Schedule will give you the clarity in which session we're going to cover with specific topics. So that will make little ease for you that you just keep your material arranged beforehand for the same. So you can see each and every session is having a specific topic. So you can, each and every PDF is downloadable. You have to just click it over here. You can download this PDF. You can keep it saved in your device in case you want to check offline. So this is a holiday calendar. This is for your reference that you should not take unnecessary leaves because already session is twice a week. Right? So all festival holidays are mentioned over here. So here is a reading material. You have to just click it over here. You can just practice it via these PDF. You can just download it. You can take out the printouts. You can keep it saved in your device as per your wish. So here is a question paper for your practice. We have worksheets also for your practice. There will be assignment for this, right? So you can see there is a question in the assignment. So this is all about live classes in which you'll get your reading material, your question paper, where you'll get an assignment, your schedule, and your holiday calendar. In worksheet, you'll get your more practice, more assignments to do. So I'm just giving you a random tour for the same. Okay, so this way you'll get, as of now, the specific subject is not mentioned over here. So you'll get this kind of worksheet. You have to just click it over here. You go on, take exam, read these instructions carefully that you should not commit any mistake while attempting. Click on start worksheet. So this is all about dashboard, wherein you'll get your material in live classes. So you have to just log out before moving ahead. Hope I'm clear with the dashboard tour and the course details. In case anybody is having any doubt, feel free to drop it in the chat box. I'll be happy to answer your queries. Is this for theory or practical? Yeah, that will be practical also, theoretical also. Both will be there. Are anybody else is having any query related the same? Or all we are good to go for the demo? Then I'll not make Prova answer wait for a longer time. Show me thumbs up if you all are ready for the demo. Okay, so all over to you, Prabhan, sir. I think they're good to go for the demo.
Yeah. Hi. Actually, before that, ma'am, would you be available? Because I also need to share the screen through my other laptop. This one won't be, possible,
Yeah,
as I
sure.
said.
I'm here, sir. You tell me.
Okay, fine, fine.
What's the best for
Not right
me?
now. I'll just show the,
No problem.
PPT after that. Yeah, fine. All right.
My camera will be off. Whenever you need me, you just tell me. Okay? I'll be there.
Sure, sure. Works. All right. So yeah, hi guys. As I was saying, uh, okay, so I found many of you are acquainted with MySQL, PHP, HTML. No worries if you have forgotten to do that. Okay, so what we'll be learning is only Python here. But for people, yeah, the thing that I was asking, how many of you do not have any experience with writing a single line of code whatsoever? Could you just type them in the chat? It's totally okay, and please do not feel overwhelmed if someone knows and you do not, because that's how we'll be starting from the very basics. And that's what it is for. You can just raise your hand. That works as well. The people only who do not know how to write a single line of a code. So everyone knows how to write code. Everyone has some sort of an experience. Okay. So Alcina doesn't have any experience. No problem, Alcina. Anyone else? Okay. Sashi, Alina, Alcina. No problem. No problem. So do you guys have any experience writing Scratch code or something like that? Anything? You have, right? And what did you do in Scratch? Drag and drop, right? Was it enjoyable? Did you enjoy writing? No. Okay. So what is coding? It's simple. You know what you did. So I do not have a lot of experience writing Scratch, but then the basic that I know is you just drag and drop, and there are some sort of loops, and that's how you make the character develop the activities that you want, right? Now, what happens in real life is you do not have those drag and drop things. You need to write them through, you just need to type them. And that's what we will be learning through this entire course. Starting from the very basic for people who have no idea at all. The first 2, 3 classes would be just to let you understand, because there are 40 odd sessions, and the first few sessions will be just to make you accustomed to how the Python environment is, how you code. And as such, I would request every one of you, especially the ones who have no experience, to remain present all the days when you get enrolled, so that you do not miss out on any task whatsoever. All right. Especially, I think you'll get the recordings, but more than the recordings, a live interaction would be the best. All right. That said, let me share my screen. Just let me know when you can see my screen. Also, yeah, chat is there. Fine. Is my screen visible? All right. So what is Python according to you? What does Python do? Why Python? Why not any other language? Why not HTML? Why not JavaScript? Why Python? Just put it in the chat. Anyone? Why do you think, or let's say, why did you enroll for Python? Why not any other language? Why not Java? Why not? Python is one of the easiest language of coding and not compiled. Okay, not compiled. Uh, an advanced term to use over here, right? It's an easy language to code, not the easiest. You cannot say like that. There are other languages which is it's universal. Every language is universal. What do you exactly mean by universal? Easy to learn and read. Okay. Anything else? Is it the most efficient language? Can I say Python is the most efficient language? The fastest language? Can I do say that? Interpreted, yes. So what is an interpreted language? You guys are saying things, but what is an interpreted language? Okay, it is my school syllabus and okay, okay, okay. Correct, correct. You guys are correct. Okay, correct, correct. But so I asked a question, is Python the fastest language? And some of you said yes, which is absolutely wrong. Python is perhaps one of the slowest language in the world. And as such, you would want not to use Python rather than using it. But the only reason that we use Python is one, we will cover it in the slides. We'll cover it in the slides. Let's move slide to slide. So it says that Python is a very simple language and therefore very easy to understand and learn, which most of you wrote. The second point is it has some really good collection of packages. What I mean by packages, the libraries that you use. I think most of you are aware with, packages like NumPy, like some graphing libraries, Pygame or stuff like that. So okay, some of you, Python uses an interpreter. Okay, okay. So what happens is, instead of writing the entire code, we just, yeah, uh, Tinker is one other library. What we do is we pull those libraries and write the code. So that helps us not to write some long lines of codes. Instead of writing, let's say, some 100, 200 lines of code, we can complete it just by writing 20, 30 lines of codes. That's the beauty of Python. More so, it's really easy. It's simple like English sentence. So if you know English, you know Python, kind of. One of the most the biggest advantage that Python brings with you is it has a good, a very big community. So what happens is, through this bootcamp, you might not know everything about Python. Rather, I would want to say that no bootcamp or no course can teach you everything about Python. But as and when you work with Python, you get some of the doubts, right? And how do you resolve them? You ask them in Google. But does Google give you always the right solution? Some of you might say that I'll want to correct, Arav, correct. Some of you might want to say I will use ChatGPT for it, right? But does ChatGPT also give you the correct answer all the time? No. So it has a very big community, Python, and not really the web. I mean, it does use the web, but we'll come to that. We'll come to that, how ChatGPT works. But the thing is, since it has a very big community, so I'll give you a very a very easy example. So let's say in this particular bootcamp, let's say 10 of you enroll versus 20 of you enroll. What would be the difference? If the number of students is more, apart from the, there are certain disadvantages as well, but you get a very good community so that when you make friends in future, when you get some doubts, you can actually discuss with them to get the solution. So that's what Python has. It has a very big community, and as such, if you have any doubts, what do? You just write in the community, this is something that I'm having a doubt with, can any one of you help me? People, for one question there are tons and tons of answers. So that's how Python is growing. Also, since Python is open source, I think everyone knows, right? Python is open source. What do you think? What is meaning of open source language? Can anyone just type it out? What is open source? Anyone? If none of you knows, just type no, I do not know, or something like that. Code is visible to the world, not, I mean, correct, but not really. So open source does not mean source code. Correct, correct, correct. So what do you exactly mean, Pragnay, when you say the source code is visible to the world? It means you can actually create libraries, right? So I'll give you a very easy example. I think every one of you uses WhatsApp, right? Who does not use WhatsApp? Just raise your hand so that I understand that there are people who does not use WhatsApp. So every one of you use, right? Now what happens is, if you remember, when WhatsApp launched, it was just a texting platform. And nowadays, what can you do? You can you can click pictures, you can send attachments, and you can do lots of stuff. You can pay bills, you can do video calls, normal calls, and everything. So it developed over time. And who do you how do you think it has been developing? With time, with the requirements, people, I mean, the WhatsApp developers started developing the WhatsApp for a better usage. Similarly, in Python, what happens is different developers from different parts of the world, develops different libraries and enters them in the source code, which we call as libraries. So we can just download those libraries and use it to quite, for our ease. That's how Python is developing so fast. So on. Okay. So what is Python? Python is an open source general purpose programming language that is easy to read and powerful. It is an interpreted language which do not require compilation. So many of you were saying what is, and many of you gave the very correct answer. It goes line by line without requiring to compile. That makes debugging cycle easier. It is also a high level language that is designed to emphasize on code readability, which facilitates significant use on the white space. So what do I mean by a high level language? Does anyone have any idea what is a high level language? What is a low level language? Let's not go deep into it. We'll learn that inside the course itself, because I can say some 2, 3 lines, but that won't give you a correct assumption of what high level and low level language means. So that actually entails the concept of someone we're saying, right? 0 and 1, Boolean, that actually involves those concepts, which we'll be learning as a theory. But our classes mainly will be based on practical. So very less theory, more practical, because that's how people learn any coding language, by practicing it out. But at the same time, theory is important because you need to learn the intricacies, the details of what you're doing, not just by writing the codes. So Arav had something to ask. I think you raised your hand. So would you want to type them down, Arav? You can just type it out. I'll just read from. Isha has written open source programming. This refers to a programming language whose source code is freely available for anyone to view and to develop as well. Examples of open source programming include Python, Java, JavaScript, Ruby, PHP, anyone to view. Okay, examples. A high-level programming language is a programming language that is designed to be easily understood and readable by humans. Not really. It's not limited to what you have written, Isha. We'll learn that. We'll learn everything as such. Starting, I do not expect anyone to know all of them in detail. All right. So what are some of the characteristics that makes Python so loved by everyone? Firstly, it is an interpreted language. It is a general purpose language. What is interpreted? Many of you has answered. Just refer the chat. It was correct. So interpreted means, what does interpreted means? Let's see who can answer it right now. What is an interpreted language? Not compiled? No, not really. I mean, it is correct, not compiled, but what else? Which uses interpreter? Okay. Go step by step. Okay. I'll tell you something. So, how many of you are acquainted with, let's say, C, C++, Java, or some of the languages which no one? Actually, no. Aman says no. Me, Isha. Which language, Isha? Which language are you? I mean, have you worked before? For anyone who have used any C++, okay, so Isha has worked with C++. So any one of you who has worked with this kind of language would know, also Pragnay, would know that you have to declare, is it an integer, is it a string, is it what, right? float or not. But for Python, even if you do not write anything, right? You just declare a variable equal to whatever you want to give. It itself understands, are you trying to give a integer? Are you trying to give a string? Are you trying to give whatever it is? So that's a very powerful tool. You do not always have to declare that, okay, I want to declare a string, I want to declare its length is this, and go forward. Python gives you this flexibility. You just declare a variable and you're free to go. Neither you have to declare its type or you have to declare its size, nothing. And there is a very unique way of storing the variables in Python versus any other language. So that's how the developers came with, which also makes Python slow a bit. But that's okay because Python also has some of the libraries which are integrated with, very fast programming languages like C, Sharp, C itself, which helps you to write the code fast. I mean, execute the code faster. So we'll learn all of them during the course itself. It's also a general purpose language. What is a general purpose language? Which means you can, using Python, you're not only limited to writing the script level language or using the CLI. I think everyone knows what a CLI and a GUI is, right? CLI means command line interface. What you do in run, CMD, command prompt interface. And GUI is what? When you use a compiler or something, which shows you VS Code if some of you are aware with. Okay. It's also an object-oriented and procedural language. What is object-oriented language? It's a very big thing to understand. We'll get to it. Uh, some of you might know, but we'll learn them inside the course itself. Object-oriented is nothing, but it creates a framework kind of a thing. So, high level, I've already discussed, and interactive. What is an interactive language? We will not discuss the theory, but we'll see practically, how interactive Python is, all right, during the course itself. So these are some of the features why Python is believed to, rule. It's currently ruling the coding industry right now. Okay. So what we'll be learning in this particular bootcamp? Just give me a moment. Yeah. So yeah, we'll be understanding how the program actually works. I mean, how we program, how computer takes in codes and generate the output. How the inner cycle of coding actually or programming actually works. We'll learn them via some mini projects, that is learning by doing, and we'll also understand the theory behind it. So there will be some part in a day based on theory and some other parts where we'll be practically implementing them. And after not 2, 3 classes, but let's say 4, 5 classes, each time we'll create a mini project based on some of the learnings that we have. Okay, Isha, we'll come to that. We'll come to that. So what we do is we'll create some mini projects and implement the concepts we have already learned. So that's how we'll be rolling. We'll also learn to, I think everyone has worked with Excel or seen your parents or someone using an Excel, right? Microsoft Excel or Google spreadsheet or something like that. Yes. And you must have seen how boring it is, right? We'll learn to create some very attractive charts. Charts which are interactive. As I said, we'll be learning how Python is interactive. So we'll also create some interactive charts to represent our data. And we'll also create some animated games using Pygame. My motive here would be to teach you how to write, not create some really attractive games, so that when you learn the basics, right, you can actually leverage that learning to create some more better games. And maybe you can come up to me for help. Not that I'll be teaching you how to create all the games yourself. Yes, but I'll be there to help you out and maybe create one game for you to show you step by step. So that's how we'll be moving. All right. So this is something I would want every one of you. Do you have a mobile phone? If you have a mobile device, I just want you to scan any of the codes. Maybe scan this particular QR code and see what it tells you. You can maybe use Paytm or you can use Google Lens or something like that. Just scan the code. If you have a QR code scanner, that also works. And tell me what it shows. Just comment it down on the code, I mean, in the chat. The YouTube channel. Correct. 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 And how do you think have I incorporated the YouTube channel into this particular QR code? It's simple lines of code using some sort of library that I did in Python. We will be also learning how to create your own QR code. At this moment, people who are not really acquainted with Python might find it a bit of complex, right? Advanced, but trust me, it involves just, you know, 10, 15 lines of codes. That's all. You create a QR code. And this QR code, you can create your, so Isha said she has her own website, right? Isha, what you can do is you can create a QR code, right? And when one scans the QR code, it would redirect you to your website. Even we can do that as well. So I hope many of you have made some payments or seen your parents making payments via QR code, right? We can include that as well. That won't be really easy because we have to make, you already made it. Okay. Okay. That's really good. So Isha has done this already. But for people who are new to it, will also, understand how to, do this. That's okay, Isha. If you enroll with the course, we can you can also share those things with us. Maybe we'll learn something from you as well, so that we can implement them, or maybe better it. Maybe create the mini project, design it something else, so that it might benefit every one of you. So that's something we can do. All right. So for projects, what we'll be doing is the students throughout the course will develop many projects along with the help of the mentor. So I'll be guiding you with the projects, as I said, the mini projects, and we'll have okay, let me just complete it. From simple applications like calculators, number guessing games, quiz games to real life application, animated action games. Not only that you will be, learn to analyze the data, but you will also learn how to create some visually appealing graphs and get some data insights. This will showcase how your creative minds can actually, make something out of the boring data that you get. And finally, you will also get a chance at the very final day, present all your work. So how it rolls is, as I said, each and every day you will learn some sort of concepts. All right. We'll also implement them use practically. And after every bunch of classes, we'll implement all the learnings via some mini projects. This will keep on going. And at the end, very end, you all will be required to submit a major project of your own. By that time, you will be, already acquainted with all the skills and knowledge you need to create the mini project, the major project. And let's say you feel, overwhelmed or underconfident to create the project. I'm always there to help you out in any problem that you face. Maybe the idea, maybe some code is not working, anything whatsoever. So that's how things will be working. All right. So this was all about what we'll be learning. Now, I just want to give you a bit of, understanding how the code actually works or what we'll be seeing. So just give me a moment. I want to. Yeah, just give me a moment. I'll just have to share my screen from another computer. So Pooja, can you just help me sharing the screen? Allow me to do that. It's Purva and Dot.
Probayan, I have made you the co-host from for other ID also. You can share the
All right.
screen, right?
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Is my screen visible, guys? Just stop.
Yes,
Just,
Probayan, it's visible.
okay.
We can see.
Yeah. So if you can see my screen, it will see. Okay. So if you can see, this is a particular game that we will be creating. The sound is not visible, I mean, audible, right? Okay, just give me a moment. Kids, let me know if my sound is audible. Just type down yes in the chat so that I understand. Okay, fine. So this is a very basic game that I have created. We'll be creating games like this. Simply using Python. Yeah, yeah. Just let me know if I'm audible or not because I'm just having a tough time juggling through the different laptops. But then this is something we'll be creating as a, our part in the Pi game. Just give me a moment, guys. I'm having some problem in sharing this. Yeah, I hope it's visible, right? So as I said, we'll be creating games as I showed. We'll also create some sort of, interactive visualizations. If you can see my Excel sheet, it's not visible perhaps. I'll not share the entire screen because of, I was facing some sort of an issue. But that said, if you can see this particular graph, we'll be creating this kind of a 3D graph to understand. Right now, it might be, not, you might not be understanding what it is, but then from small Excel data, we'll be able to analyze the data, where it falls and everything by creating our interactive charts. All right. Not limited to this. Well, again, I'm all right. So if you can see, this is a table, quite like an Excel. And from this table, we can actually plot the entire, the world art, right? And it is so interactive that it tells you which country it is from and all the data from there. So it says continent is Americas, year is 1952, population was this, And when I click on this particular live streaming, it shows you how the population actually grows over time. In 1982, the population size was this. So let me run it again. You see, it changes the year and everything all the time. So India is growing, if you can see. With time, it changes everything. So all how to create all this kind of graphs we'll see. Even if you see this one, right? Let's see how the population really changes with over time. That's how the graph shows you. So this kind of things we'll be learning to create many other graphs, how to analyze data. So our course will be of, three parts. The first part will help you understand the very basics of Python, then create the needs, the functionalities to create good amount of, maybe websites, everything. Then will come the second part where we'll learn about data analytics. And the third part, we'll learn how to create some games. So these are the three parts that our bootcamp actually entails. All right. I'll just stop sharing the screen. And yeah, I hope you can. Was my voice not audible? Uh, can you guys confirm, was I audible or not? Okay, fine. I apologize from my side because my laptop, I actually had to take two laptops for it. Somehow today morning, the one that I'm sharing from stopped working. So therefore, uh, there was this problem, but going forward, I'll just fix it up. So I don't think this kind of problem will pop up anyhow. All right. So this is what we'll be learning throughout the bootcamp, a 40 session class. Well, we'll be starting from the very basics, basics like writing simple, a print hello world line. How do we take input? How do we give output, to creating some amazing, data analytics projects like this one, or some games and everything. So this is what the bootcamp is all about. Yeah. Over to you, Pooja. Guys, if you have any questions, you can just shoot your questions in the chat.
Wonderful, Prabha answer. It was an amazing session. I hope kids must have enjoyed it, and I'm pretty sure they'll be going to learn something amazing. So, as Prabha sir asked that if you have any queries, then drop it in the chat box. Parallelly, I want to ask that I want a feedback that how did you like the class? So drop it in the chat box. Hurry up, guys! I'm waiting. My chat box is open over here. I want to see that. How was the class? Did you like it? What did you like the most? It was awesome and interactive. Very nice. Oh, excellent. Great. Romancer, you can see your praises. They like the session. Great. So what are you waiting for? If you have already enrolled, that's great. We'll see you on 13th of April, next Saturday. If not, then quickly enroll. Okay. Links have already been pasted in the chat box. So quickly enroll for this session. All right, everyone. Happy weekend. We'll see you now in next class. Hope you will enroll, everyone will enroll for the same. So I'm just pasting chat links again. Okay. So you can just copy paste it. All right, everyone. Bye-bye. Take care. Happy weekend. Thank you so much for buying, sir. Bye-bye,
Bye, everyone.
everyone. Bye. Take care.